Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Joe, you talked last year in the contract stuff with Kyle. You know, you hope you never have to race against him. He's got 3 wins. He finished second today.
Yeah.
He's had some ups and downs, but what is it like now to have to race against Kyle Busch?
It's not fun. Yeah, we don't like that. Okay. And certainly we didn't want that to happen. It did. And, you know, he's a real talent, got such respect for him. And, you know, we don't like racing against Kyle. I think he's going to win a bunch, and we know it. And so we got to work our guts out to try and stay in front of him. And just thankful today that, you know, Martin was able to stay there.
And one other thing is just about, obviously a lot of expectations are with Ty, with the success that he had last year. How do you view what he's been able to do so far, the first 16 races of the season?
Yeah, he gets discouraged. He gets mad, you know. He was mad today. Qualified good. But, you know, I got to tell you, again, that emphasizes, I think, how hard this is. And you try and keep him calm, but he gets revved up. And he just really wants to get after it. And we're proud of what he's done. I think he and Chris have got a good relationship. We've had some different things happen to him. And but I think, you know, he's after it. So we feel good about that.
Zach Sterniolo with NASCAR.com. Coach, congrats on the win. I'm curious, seeing how the team struggled so much last year on the road courses, to see what Toyota as a whole has done this year, and to see Denny get the pole, Martin pull off the victory. What has been the change that you have seen over the course of the last year?
Well, you're right. When we came here last year, I would say it's probably one of the worst races we've had, you know, at our race team. And, you know, we just really struggled. We got off to a slow start all of last year, as everybody knows. And I think really what happened, what I was proud of, as the year went, I felt like we got a little better, a little better, a little better, a little better. And I think that's what happened. We wound up at the end of the year winning the Roval. We started off at Coda, and we had, you know, Tyler win there in a Toyota. And I think when we came here, you know, I just really, really appreciate everybody back home. Everybody's worked as hard as they have worked. And I was standing down there so nervous those last 10 laps, and I just realized how hard it is to win one of these. And I know you guys in here know it, you witness it every week, but I'm just going to tell you it's extremely hard. And I was thinking of all the things that could happen, a late caution again or whatever. So I just really appreciate it. We got Johnny Morris, really appreciate him. Jamie Wisnut at Auto Owners. We got Norm at Interstate, all the sponsors that go on that car and make this possible. It's a big deal for us. Reesers also is a part of that sponsorship team. And as you guys know, our sport's different than any other sport. You're not going to race cars unless you have great partners. And I look at them as a partner, really. They're not really sponsors, they're partners.
We'll go in the back to Tom. And then right here in the middle.
Tom Zaleski on County today. This is Martin's 4th win here, Coach.
Yeah.
What has made him so good here to be able to do it this often? You even said yourself how hard it is.
Well, he flew out on the plane with me this morning. There was only 2 of us on the plane. And so I kind of said to him early, I said, hey, look, you know, they reconfigured the track, you know, here not long ago. The 3 wins, what did you win? He said, on both of them. And I really think he's confident when he comes here. It really feels like he's got a real feel for Sonoma. Why that would happen with the driver, we all know. We see it from time to time. Drivers seem to have a real, I think, confidence about some tracks, and he's that way here. Our team this year, we've got off to a slow start, really, I think, for us. And there's a couple of areas that we're working extremely hard on. Our qualifying was really, really encouraging here. And then we got some other issues that we're trying to really get after. So Proud of our guys. They work hard when they get behind.
So just so you reference, 2019 was with the carousel turn.
I got you, yeah.
All right, we'll come right here in the middle. And if there's any other questions for Coach, please raise your hand. Otherwise, we'll continue with our crew chief, James Small.
Hi, Coach.
Hey there,
Adam
yeah.
Carabine from RacingRefresh.com. It seems like Martin Truex Jr. has got a little extra swagger this year and a little extra, pump in his step. What do you attribute that to? Obviously, he had a win earlier this year as well, but what's
Yeah.
going on with him?
Well, I think our team, James, has got the guys. I think we've been fast, and I think he gets excited when he has fast cars. Been top 5, the 2 weeks previous to this, and that gets him excited, And so, I guess that would be like almost any driver. He goes to the racetrack with a lot of confidence. I think it's very important. He and James have a great relationship, and Martin James will tell you this, may be one of the absolute best at dealing with adversity. He is just even, you know what I mean? And in our technical meetings and everything, he's the driver that's real calm, thinking through stuff, and that's just his personality. That's the way he deals with things. But we've kind of got off to a slow start. This is a big deal for us. He won. Obviously, it was great to be out in the Coliseum and have him win there to kind of get started. Now we've got 2 more, so it's a big deal for us.
Lee Spencer, catchfence.com. Congratulations, James. To kind of follow up on what Dustin was saying, Truex has been talking, he's been on the fence about retirement the last few years, too. Does running well just kind of, solve all ills, or cure all ills? He seems so reinvigorated this year. He seems like, Martin of old.
Yeah, definitely running well definitely doesn't hurt, but, he plays his cards pretty close to his chest, so who knows what the hell he's thinking. But, it's definitely all pointing in the right direction if he wants to stick around.
What's the difference between, last year and this year?
We make less mistakes. Nothing. We never change that process. We never stop believing. It's just we're executing. You have to to win a race, you have to be perfect. You have to execute. And so many times last year we were so close and just things would go wrong and things like that. And to be fair, like we're doing a better job now as a team, on pit road with the cars, everything. And, the guys back at the shop have been working really hard. But, the way we ran here last year, we were terrible. It was embarrassing. You come to Sonoma with Martin Truex and you expect to win. And thankfully today we gave him a car and he was able to do that.
We'll go to Zach.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. James, to that point, with as bad as Toyota as a whole was last year, what have you noticed, particularly at JGR, that's different for your road course program this year that has allowed the manufacturer to produce results?
I think some of the changes with the aero package helped us. It fixed what potentially we thought were some of our weaknesses. And, we have a better understanding of a car on road courses now, so, and what we need. We were having to do things last year that were so out of the box to try and make the car do things in certain areas that we thought it needed to do. And now, everything just makes more sense. We don't seem so stupid anymore. So, yeah, it's nice from our end that we can go back to using logic.
Are there any other questions for James? We'll go in the back to Bob.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. James, it seems that with the transaxle and these cars kind of made for road courses, that guys are making less mistakes. Were you, knowing that you kind of had the dominant car, were you feeling any, more confident or a little bit more hopeful that the race would just play out without any caution, without any or many cautions?
Yes, that was my hope. I said this morning, I just hope this race goes green because we'll kill them. And, we had those 2 cautions at not great times, obviously trying to get stage points there at the end of the second stage and, at the end. But thankfully, it all kind of worked out. So even when you look back last year, there was a caution for an engine blow up and a wheel that fell off. So we weren't expecting many, and we didn't really get that many.
Go in the back to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. James, top 7 in points within 32 points. So obviously there's still a lot of movement. Obviously I know there's 10 races left in the regular season, but that's a lot of movement for a lot of playoff points. As you talk about execution, what are these next 10 races going to be like for you and for everybody else trying to compete for those spots?
Yeah, it's just trying to make the most out of every day with, the car you have. If you have a 5th place car, you need to run 5th or better and just try and score as many points as possible, because, there's a huge amount of playoff points for first in points, and, that's something I'm sure everybody's got their eye on, but, we're working towards trying to achieve that.
Also, and I know you got the off weekend, but after that you got Nashville and then the street course in Chicago. How much work have you guys done on Chicago, or how much have you started looking at that, or is that starting to come up for you?
It's starting to come up now, in all things that we live in the simulation world, we're waiting on track scans and things like that. So, yeah, we'll get to work on that this week, and, that's going to be an interesting race, that's for sure.
God.
Hi, Adam Carabine from RacingRefresh.com. You get the win the week before the off week, the only off week of the season. Does that mean you get to celebrate an extra week, or is it right back to work tomorrow?
I guess so. You're only as good as your last weekend, so at least we get to savor that for 2. So we're not complaining.
Right. Do you have any big plans for the off week, or are you right back to work?
I'll go into work tomorrow and just make sure I go and thank everyone at the company one by one. And, yeah, I'm going to Colorado for a few days, so chill out for a week.
We'll go over here to John in the back.
JohnNewbyHeavy.com. I was talking to Michael McDowell out there, and he said that with the next-gen car, it's to the point where the competition level is just so even because the drivers, they already have that talent, but the cars are so close. So how much confidence and how much does it make your job easier having Martin as your driver, especially at tracks like this?
Yeah, it definitely helps. Like, he just knows every little thing, and in and out, like bump, curb, where you need to be, and everywhere on this track. He's obviously got the most wins here, led the most laps, and it definitely makes my job easier, working with him here, that's for sure.
Any final questions? All right, we'll wrap with Dustin.
Hey, James, on that caution at 51 that just kind of flipped everything, and I know obviously you guys came out 10th, first car with tires. How was it, what did it mean for Martin to get up there, or how important was it to get through there quickly? What did you see out of what he was able to do? Obviously, he's got a fast car, probably the best car out there, but you can easily get in a situation and get yourself in trouble and ruin your day pretty easily, too.
Yeah, for sure. It's with this car, it's so easy to do, and when you get damaged with it, it kind of just turns to shit. So, he was methodical about how he got through there, and by doing so, he also didn't use up his tires, too much, so we could chase down Kyle. But, all those restarts, that one and then the M1, he just kept his head and was really smart.